I am literally typing this at 2 a.m. because I am shaking and I absolutely cannot sleep after thinking about where this General Hospital storyline is going. I mean, can we talk about this? I need to get this out of my system before my head actually explodes. I have been watching this show religiously since 2015, and I have seen some wild, unhinged things happen in Port Charles, but this entire Rocco Falconeri and Cassius Faison situation is about to be the most stressful, anxiety-inducing plot they have ever written. I am not neutral about this. I am heavily, deeply, emotionally invested, and I have opinions that I need to share with people who actually get it. Because if the spoilers and the hints are pointing where I think they are pointing, we are about to witness the absolute destruction of Rocco's innocence and the most toxic blackmail dynamic this show has seen in a decade. And I am half here for the drama and half dreading it with every fiber of my being. Let me just back up for a second because we have to talk about how we even got here. Remember when Kirsten Storms was taken off contract as Maxie Jones back on April 3? Yeah, that changed literally everything. I know she moved to Tennessee and has medical issues, and I wish her the best, but dropping Maxie to recurring status completely shifted the center of gravity in this storyline. Suddenly, Lulu Spencer is completely front and center in the Nathan West imposter storyline. Lulu is the one deeply entangled with this man who we all know is actually Cassius Faison, and it is driving me crazy. Maxie chose Spinelli, which is fine, but now Lulu is the one living in this house of lies, bonding with a man who is wearing her best friend's dead husband's face. Well, his identical twin's face, but you know what I mean. It is so messed up on so many levels, and the fact that Lulu is falling for it just makes me want to scream at my television screen every single weekday at 2 p.m. But the real wild card here is Rocco. Oh my god, Rocco Falconeri. Am I the only one who realizes that this kid has become the ultimate Port Charles eavesdropper? I mean, think about it. He has been putting his eavesdropping skills to use for weeks now. He was the one who was lurking around Pier 55. He was the one who watched Ross Cullum ambush Britt Westbourne and smash her Huntington's medication. He was the one who saw Cullum about to kill Jason Morgan with an iron rod. And what did Rocco do? He grabbed the gun and shot the WSB director in the back to save Jason and Britt. A teenager! Dante Falconeri and Lulu Spencer's son just casually committed a federal crime to save Stone Cold. And ever since then, Jason has been taking the fall, sitting in WSB custody, ready to throw his entire life away for this kid. It is heroic, yes, but it has also created a massive, suffocating cover-up that Cassius Faison is currently managing. So here is my massive theory based on the latest hints, and I need you all to stay with me because it makes so much sense. What if the next time Rocco overhears something that is absolutely not meant for his ears, it leads him straight to the truth about Nathan? We know Jen Sidwell is on the warpath. Sidwell just declared war on Sonny Corinthos at Marco Rios' funeral, and Sidwell is pulling strings all over town. We also know Cassius is secretly working as Sidwell's police informant inside the PCPD. I can completely see a scenario where Sidwell corners Cassius for a tense confrontation, maybe in an alley or an empty room at the Metro Court, thinking no one else is around. And who is going to be lurking right around the corner? Rocco. Because Rocco is always lurking now! The trauma of shooting Cullum has this kid hyper-vigilant, sneaking around, trying to figure out what is going on. Imagine the scene. Picture it. Rocco is hiding behind a door, and he hears Sidwell call this man Cassius. He hears them talking about Cesar Faison. He hears Cassius assuring Sidwell that no one will ever find out he is not the real Nathan West. I would literally pass out. The sheer shock of Rocco realizing that the man comforting his mother, the man protecting him from the WSB, the man sleeping in their house, is a complete and total fraud. A Faison. Remember when they tried this imposter stuff with Peter August? Yeah, didn't work then either. It just caused years of misery. But this is different because Cassius is identical to Nathan. Rocco is going to put the pieces together and realize that this man is a long-lost twin brother, a dark reflection of the hero cop everyone loved. And Rocco is going to absolutely panic. Because what is Rocco's first instinct going to be? He is going to want to tell his mom he loves Lulu. He is already carrying the massive, soul-crushing guilt of shooting a man and letting Jason Morgan take the blame. He is barely holding it together. If he finds out that Lulu is being played by a Faison, he is going to run straight to her. But this is where the storyline is going to turn incredibly dark, and I am already stressed just typing about it. Cassius is a trained operative. He is smart, he is ruthless, and he is going to notice that someone is listening. I bet anything Cassius discovers Rocco eavesdropping and quickly pumps the brakes on Rocco's little truth-telling mission. Cassius is going to corner this kid, and the dynamic is going to shift from protective father figure to terrifying blackmailer in about 3 seconds flat. I can hear the dialogue in my head right now. Cassius is going to look Rocco dead in the eye and remind him of exactly what happened on Pier 55. Now that Cassius is working so insanely hard to cover for Rocco, he is going to insist that Rocco needs to return the favor. I am covering for you, you cover for me. It is the ultimate toxic blackmail. Cassius is going to warn Rocco that he will rat him out if he dares to expose his true identity to Lulu or anyone else. He will hold Jason's freedom and Rocco's life hostage. Cassius will tell him that the WSB will lock Rocco up and throw away the key. And let us be real, the WSB does not play around. They railroaded Jason in a heartbeat. If they find out a teenager shot their director, they will bury Rocco under the prison. But it gets worse, because Cassius might not just threaten Rocco with jail time, he might threaten him with Ross Cullum himself. Cullum is a monster. He literally stabbed Marco Rios to death in Alexis Davis's office just for stealing Britt's medication. Cullum is ruthless, and he wants revenge for getting shot. Cassius might suggest that he will just hand Rocco straight over to Cullum and guarantee that the kid won't survive whatever confrontation follows. Can you imagine the sheer terror Rocco is going to feel? He is just a kid. He thought he was doing the right thing by saving Jason, and now he is trapped in a web with a Faison, a corrupt WSB director, and a grieving mobster. It is too much for a teenager to handle, and I am so worried about his mental health. And then there is the Lulu factor. Lulu could land in massive danger if she learns too much, and Cassius is definitely going to use that to manipulate Rocco. Cassius may insist that the safest thing for everyone, especially Lulu, is if Rocco just keeps his mouth shut. Cassius might assure Rocco that regardless of what his real name is, he actually cares deeply for Lulu, and honestly, I think Cassius does care for her. I think he has fallen into this role and he likes playing house. He likes being the hero. But it is a sick, twisted kind of love built on a foundation of massive lies. Cassius will twist it so that Rocco feels like he is protecting his mother by lying to her. Rocco will be in a terrible, suffocating tight spot, forced to deceive Lulu about something so huge while watching this imposter romance her every single day. I know some people are loving this storyline. I see the fans on Twitter talking about how great the chemistry is between Lulu and Nathan, and how they want Nalu to be endgame now that Maxie is out of the picture. But personally, I think they are delusional. This is a Faison! He is manipulating a vulnerable woman who is desperate for stability. And if he starts blackmailing her teenage son to keep his secret, there is absolutely no coming back from that. It is abusive, it is toxic, and I cannot wait for the moment Dante Falconeri finally figures it out. Oh my god. Dante is walking around completely clueless, interrogating Cullum in the ICU, totally unaware that his own son pulled the trigger and that a Faison has infiltrated his ex-wife's house. When Dante finds out, the explosion is going to be nuclear. But before Dante finds out, Rocco is going to need an outlet. He cannot hold this in by himself. So who is he going to turn to? Britt Westbourne. General Hospital spoilers suggest Rocco might open up to Britt, and this is where my heart just breaks into a million pieces. Rocco is going to go to Britt, hoping she can help him, hoping she can protect him from Cassius. And that is when Rocco is going to get the ultimate confirmation that Britt already knows the real Cassius story. Because Britt is his sister! Cassius is Cesar Faison's son, making him Britt's brother! Britt has known this whole time, or at least suspected it, and she has kept her mouth shut. Imagine Rocco's betrayal. Britt is like family to him. She is the woman he shot a man to protect. He risked his entire life, his entire future, to save Britt on that pier. And now he is going to find out that Britt has been harboring the secret of the man who is actively blackmailing him and deceiving his mother. Britt is going to be so consumed with guilt. She is already drowning in guilt over Marco dying to save her, and Jason going to federal prison to save Rocco. Adding Rocco's trauma to her plate might actually break her. Britt is desperately trying to escape to Canada with Jason to reverse engineer her Huntington's medication, but how can she leave when Rocco is being held hostage in his own home by her psychotic twin brother? Wait, I am getting ahead of myself, but I just cannot stop thinking about the domino effect this is going to have. If Rocco tells Britt, Britt is going to have to confront Cassius. And Cassius is going to remind Britt that if she blows his cover, he blows Rocco's cover, which means Jason's sacrifice was for nothing. It is a perfect, evil, inescapable circle of blackmail. The writers have actually outdone themselves this time. I am furious, but I am also captivated. It is like watching a train wreck in slow motion, and you cannot look away. I just really hope they do not drag this out for 2 years like they did with the Peter August nonsense. We need pacing. We need Rocco to struggle, we need the eavesdropping to happen soon, and we need the blackmail to push these characters to their absolute breaking points. I want to see Lulu's devastation when she realizes she has been sleeping with a stranger. I want to see Dante go full mob cop when he realizes Cassius threatened his son. I want to see Jason break out of WSB custody and handle things the way only Stone Cold can. Seriously, am I the only one losing my mind over this? I need my fellow GH fans to weigh in because I feel like I am taking crazy pills. This show has its flaws, but when they hit a dramatic goldmine like this, they really hit it. I am going to be glued to my screen every single day waiting for Rocco to turn that corner and hear the name Cassius Faison. Please, writers, I am begging you, give us the angst, give us the drama, and protect Rocco Falconeri at all costs. Okay, I am going to try to sleep now, but let us be real. I am just going to be staring at the ceiling thinking about Pier 55.